Hey guys, I'm back. It's me. Read and listen audiobooks. I'm going to keep on going of What Monster by Lise Pichon. Hope you enjoy it. Marcus is desperate to tell me about his sausage roll trap. So as soon as Miss Gravel says, "You may talk quietly now," he's off. "Tom, my sausage roll trap is already in my lunchbox on the trolley. You need to come with me after this lesson straight away." "Sure, okay," I say, "but I'd much rather just go and eat my own lunch." I don't say that though. When the bell goes, Miss Gravel stops everyone from charging off and says, "No scraping chairs! Leave quietly, and no running either." Then she asks how my bad foot is. I've forgotten about that. "Still very sore, Miss Gravel," I say. Then I remember to limp as I walk out of class. I keep limping all the way out of the classroom and down to where the lunch trolleys are. It takes a while. Marcus is already there and peering out from behind a wall. "You took your time," he says. "I've got a bird foot, remember?" "Oh yeah. Anyway, the trap is inside my lunchbox. Anyone who takes it will not want to eat it, that's for sure," he tells me. Sounds like something Granny Mavis would make. I laugh. Marcus doesn't get my joke. "Is it a fake sausage roll then?" "No, but no one will want to eat it. You'll see why. I need to keep watch. That's why I'm hiding. You should as well. That way, if anyone goes near my lunchbox, we can catch them," Marcus tells me. "You could put a big fake spider on your lunchbox. That would scare them away too," I suggest. "That's not a bad idea," Marcus says, as more and more kids come down to lunch. I'm getting hungry, and I want to go to eat. Everyone is collecting their food from the trolleys, so for a while we can't see it. I'm not really paying attention when Marcus starts shouting, "My lunchbox! It's gone! Someone's taken my food! Again!" Marcus runs over to his open lunchbox. "How did that happen? We're keeping watch," he shouts. "Kind of," I point out, as we were chatting quite a lot. "Someone's taken my sausage roll. My trap didn't work," Marcus sighs. We look around to see if there are any suspects here or in the dining hall, but it's just the usual group of kids. I pick up my lunchbox as I don't want to lose that as well. "They only took my sausage roll, not my sandwich," he tells me, holding up a really disgusting plastic bag. "Yuck! It's all mouldy. No wonder they left it," I say. "It's not real mould. It's printed on the inside of my bag. I put my sausage roll in one as well and tried to put off the thief. I'm going to tell the teacher. I'm not happy about this." Marcus complains and stomps off to the teacher's table. At least I can go and eat now. I'm really hungry. I find Derek and tell him everything that's happened. When Marcus comes and joins in, he's still cross. "The teachers are going to look out for the sausage roll thief," he says, then takes out his sandwich again. Ew! Everyone round the table thinks the sandwich looks disgusting. Amy looks up and says, "That's gross, Marcus. It's all mouldy. You can't eat that. It's just on the bag. It's fake." But whoever took my sausage roll didn't care it was mouldy, so my plan didn't exactly work out. Marcus holds the bags up so we can all see it. Then he takes out his sandwich and eats it. "Someone in this hall has taken my sausage roll and could be eating it right now," Marcus says dramatically. He could be right. I'm going to try and get some fake mouldy bags to use at home. They'll be excellent to stop Delia or the cousins from pinching my nice biscuits. A fake spider might do the trick too. Maybe I can use them both together. We've taken so long to finish our lunch, mostly due to chat about sausage rolls and mouldy food, that the little kids have nabbed the the Champ Square. It's okay, though, as Derek's brought his chalk again, so I suggest we could go and play What Monster again. No thanks, I've got more important things to do, like to look for sausage roll suspects, Marcus says, which is fair enough. How do you play What Monster? Amy asks. It's easy, we can show you the monsters we made yesterday, I say. If they're still there, Derek points out. We all head over to where we drew them, and Amy says, is that part of the game too? Someone has added to a great big speech bubble that says, hello, my name is Miss Gravel, and I'm cross. Uh-oh. No, it's not, I tell Amy. It's quite funny though, solid laugh. We're so busy looking at the monster that we don't notice that Miss Gravel is on playground duty with Miss Worthington and they're walking towards us. Quick, don't let Miss Gravel see that, Derek says. I do some fast shuffling to try and rub the chalk off with my feet, but it's not working. What are we going to do? Norman yells, jumping up and down. Don't panic. Then I lie on the ground to cover up the speech bubble just in time. Hello everyone, have you all met Miss Gravel? Miss Worthington asks us. Everyone says yes, including me from the ground. Miss Gravel looks down. I met most of you. Is this where you hang out at lunchtime then? She wants to know. I'm having a rest, Miss Gravel. I'm tired and my foot's still sore. I try and explain, but it's all a bit awkward. Then Derek helps me out. We're playing a game too, aren't we? Yes, we are, says Amy. Are we? Norman wonders. That sounds interesting. Don't let us stop you. I'd love to see what that game is, Miss Gravel says. She's not the only one. Derek gives a piece of chalk to everyone, and they start to draw extra things around me. Don't move. See, Miss Gravel? We're making Tom look like a funny monster, Derek explains. I can see that, Miss Gravel says. Mind you don't draw in Tom's clothes, Mr. Worthington tells them. Good point. I agree. As long as Tom stays still, he'll be fine, Florence says. I'm trying not to move, as I don't want Miss Gravel to see the speech bubble. See you in class. And Tom, I hope your foot feels better after the rest. I hope so too, I say, and we all breathe a sigh of relief as they walk away. Before I get up, everyone admires their drawings. You can move now, Tom, Amy says, then gets a water bottle and pours it over the speech bubble, which disappears. Why didn't you think of that earlier? I asked her. I just thought of it. Besides, I like that game. Bunny ears really suit you, Amy laughs. So do Spike and Eggs, Florence adds. Well, it's someone else's turn to get drawn around next time, I let everyone know. I'll do it, if we can find some space to draw, Norman says, then points out that all the kids around us are drawing with chalk. It's a What Monster chalk craze, Derek says. True. Even the Champ kids have started doing it. Seems like everyone is copying our doodles. There's hopscotch, a giant bird, noughts and crosses, stars, a happy sun, happy dogs, and crazy monsters. Plus a unicorn that's saying, school, boo. Walking back to class, Amy reminds me to limp with the left foot, just in case Miss Gravel sees you, she says. Then Marcus tells me I've got a chalk face on my back. It looks weird. Thanks for letting me know. Norman brushes it off, which is nice of him. Why do you have a chalk face on your back? Marcus asks. It's a long story, I start to say when he interrupts. Aren't you going to ask me how I got on? Okay, how did you get on? I ask. Not very well. Although I did find a lot of food crumbs behind a tree, he says, which could be something. Who knows? Miss Gravel was about to take the afternoon register when a really strange wailing sound comes from outside. Oh, you, ow, ow. Before anyone can stand up to take a look, Miss Gravel says, Sit down. Nobody move. Julia Morton puts up her hand. Please, miss, what's that scary noise? She wants to know. We all do. It's a werewolf, someone gasps. Or a monster, someone else shouts. Miss Gravel hasn't had enough and begins to say, there is nothing to when it happens again. Oh, oh, oh. This time, even Miss Gravel looks surprised. She walks to the window and takes a long look outside. I can hear her muttering, it can't be. Mark Clum is busy telling everyone that it sounds like a big cat or a bear, which isn't helping much. Grr, grr. The noise starts to get a bit softer, but everyone in class is still imagining what it might be. Oh, oh, oh. And not in a good way. Miss Gravel turns around slowly and stares at us. Okay, where were we? I have something Mr. Fullerman left for you to do. He said it's your favourite subject. Julia Morton puts up her hand up once more. But Miss Gravel, what was that noise? She asks. It was nothing for you to worry about, and it's gone. So the only thing you have to concern yourself with is my missing sausage roll. Marcus bursts out, which gets a stare from Miss Gravel. No, Marcus, the spelling test. And the school play auditions. Let's not forget about that too. Miss Gravel manages to expertly change the subject and make us all get back to work. While we're doing the spelling test, Miss Gravel is keeping a keen eye on everyone, so it's impossible to take any sneaky peeks at Amy's work, which might have helped me. I can still hear a very faint oh, oh, oh noise in the distance that no one else seems to be bothered about now, especially Marcus, who's already planning another trap to catch the sausage roll thief. So I make a suggestion. Why don't you just bring something in bad to eat, like a broccoli bun? No one would steal that, because I like sausage rolls. What's a broccoli bun anyway? It's broccoli in a bun. Grady Maris makes them, I explain. You're right, that does sound bad, Marcus says. Miss Gravel tells us that she'll give us our test results tomorrow. We'll be going to the play auditions too. Anyone who wants to take part should all go to the hall at lunchtime, she reminds us. I'll be there, Marcus says confidently. Looking over his shoulder, I can see the idea he's been working on to catch the thief. I'm not sure it'll work though. Ambitious. He's going to be hiding with a tough rope and a giant box and a sausage roll just left out in the opening. Tomorrow will be exciting and interesting, I can tell. When the bell goes for home time, Miss Gravel asks us to stand up and push our chairs in silently. And we do. Mr. Fullerman would be impressed. I even remembered to limp out of classroom to meet Derek, who's in a really good mood. I've had the best time in the hall practicing for the play auditions. What did you do this afternoon, Tom? He asked me. Spelling test, I say gloomily. Did you hear that weird wailing noise? I asked him to see what he thinks it might have been. I didn't hear anything, he says. Yeah, probably nothing, I sigh. Or maybe it wasn't. Big cat goes missing! There's even more on the other side about the music festival and who's won the first pair of tickets. Oak Cheddar! First tickets won by Vera! 86 years young. Enter every day this week to win! Vera lives at the Leafy Green old folks home, I think. If Vera is going, we have to go too, he says. I agree. We take a quick look in the shop to find out more. The shopkeeper has bad news for us. Sorry, boys. All the papers have sold out. It's free festival tickets, I think. They've been very popular. You can buy a copy tomorrow, though, she points out. We will, Derek says. We probably won't. I'm still limping as we walk home when Derek tells me I don't have to do that anymore. Oh, yeah. I knew that, I say. Before Derek goes into his house, I remind him about the play auditions. We high-five. And then I head inside, straight into the kitchen to look for snacks. Snacks. I can't find any snacks, but on the table there's a copy of the latest local paper, which is brilliant. Free tickets. Here I come, I say to myself, and try and find the right page. Is that my paper you've taken? Delia says when she sees me. No, Mum and Dad must have bought it, so it's almost mine. I put Delia straight. I can tell she wants to read it, so I start looking at every page really slowly. I find the story on the missing big cat, which isn't exactly what I was thinking. Like a tiger or something wild. When Dad comes in from his shed, he's impressed I'm reading. I'll have to buy papers more often. I'm looking for the free festival tickets page, I tell Dad. No way! I really don't want my parents or little brother spoiling my fun, Delia grumbles. No one wants to spoil your fun, Delia, Dad tells her. I might, if I was there, I mutter. Good job, you're not going then, isn't it? Delia says, rubbing it in. Mum comes back from work and flops down in a chair. I'm exhausted. Are you still talking about the festival? Did you see the local paper, Very from Leafy Green, won 2 tickets? Mum laughs. Vera's about 150. Why does she want to go? Delia says. To have some fun, just like you, Dad tells her. See? Everyone's going apart from us. I decide to remind them again, hoping it might change their minds. There'll be other festivals, Tom. We couldn't go anyway. I just told the Jacksons from work we're free that weekend to come over and stay, Mum says. Have you? Oh, Tom won't want to have to come with us to do a work do, Dad says. He's right. I don't. I'll go with Vera to the festival, I suggest, which is a good idea. I thought you could stay with the cousins. Uncle Kevin and Auntie Alice said it was fine. I'd rather go to the festival. Hey, Delia, I can come with you. I'd love that, she tells me, which is a surprise. Really? I say, think she might actually mean it. I'm joking, Tom. Of course I'm not going with you. I'm going with Avril and my friends, she adds. Oh, that reminds me, your grandparents will hop in to make sure that you're okay while we're gone. Mum lets Delia know in case she has any party plans. That's happened before. Right. I'm glad that's all sorted. How's everyone's day been? Mum wants to know. Good, thanks, Dad says cheerily, while Delia just shrugs her shoulders. I close up the paper so I can concentrate on telling everyone about Miss Gravel and Marcus's sausage roll disappearing. Straight away, Delia asks me if she can have the paper now. I'm still reading it, I tell her, even though I'm not. I want to find the free festival ticket page, just in case. It might be our only chance to go, I say hopefully. Actually, Tom, the page isn't there, because I've already filled it in and entered the free ticket draw, Dad says, which I'm very happy about. I hope we win, I shout. Thousands of people have entered. You've got no chance of winning them, Delia grumbles. You're probably right, and we can't go now anyway, Mum says. I could still go, though, I point out. Paper, please, Delia asks, and I reluctantly hand it over. Come on, Tom, tell us about your day at school, Mum says. She's tried to stop me think about the festival, I can tell. Miss Gravel, the supply teacher, is the strictest teacher ever in the whole wide world. We've got it for the rest of the week too, I groan. She sounds like my kind of teacher, Mum says and smiles, which is a bit annoying. Also, Marcus had quite a few sausage rolls taken from his lunchbox. Who took them? Dad asked. It's a mystery. It could be some kid in school, or Mark Clump think it could be some kind of creature. There's been a lot of odd things going on in school. What kind of things? Mum wants to know. So I tell them about moving boxes, food being pinched, and loud wailing noises that even Miss Gravel couldn't explain. Sounds like a normal school day to me, Dad laughs. And the auditions for the school play are on tomorrow, I remember to tell them. That's come round fast. What is it this time? Mum asks. Jack and the Beanstalk! I say, excellent. Can we help out in any way? 2 tickets to the festival would be good, I suggest. Nice try, Tom, Mum and Dad both say. I'm the only person not going to Oakchella, I tell them. I'm sure Derek's not going. Mum is trying to make me feel better. No, I don't think he is, I mumble. Well, you're not the only person not going then, are you? Dad points out. Besides, I'm sure you'll have a fantastic time with the cousins. Uncle Kevin told me he's got something amazing planned for you all to do. It'll be great, Mum says enthusiastically. You'll have more fun than we will at your mother's work party, Dad tells me, and Mum gives him a look. I'm not so sure. We could be going bird watching again. I'm getting ready for bed later on when Derek starts tapping at his window. So I go and see what he wants. He's holding up a sign that says, I'm going to Oakchella. Yes! I write a sign back that says, yeah, lucky you. And try to be pleased for him, but it's not easy. School play audition day. The next day, as we walk to school, Derek is trying very hard not to talk about the festival, as he knows I don't have a ticket, which is nice of him, but I keep asking him questions like, how many tickets have you got then? 1 for me and 2 for my parents. We could have got 1 for you if I'd known. Maybe we still could. That would be amazing. But I'm supposed to be staying at the cousins, doing something special. I bet it won't be though. I'm feeling a little bit positive about my chance of going to Oakchella, right until we walk past the latest newspaper headline outside the shop. Oakchella Festival tickets sold out! Big success. You might still win the free tickets though, Jack suggests. Maybe, I sigh. I try and think about the play auditions instead. It should be fun, as long as Miss Gravel isn't in charge, I tell Derek. Morning, Class 5F. I'll be doing the play auditions with you today. I spoke too soon. Miss Gravel asked me how my foot is, and for some reason I start limping again. It's still a bit sore, actually, I tell her, and gently sit at my desk. I don't know why I said that. Amy and Marcus are already sitting down, and I notice that Marcus is holding onto his bag very tightly. Amy nudges me and says, is it my imagination, or can you smell food around here? I sniff the air a few times. I know what you mean. It smells like sausage roll. Marcus pulls his bag tighter towards him. All right, keep your voices down. It's my sausage roll. I'm keeping it with me today. It's freshly cooked and no one is going to take it, he tells us both. It does smell really nice. Miss Gravel begins to do a slow hand clap thing, and we starts to explain what we'll be doing today. Everyone listens in silence. The school play auditions are in the hall this morning. If you don't want to take part, you can go to the library. There are plenty of math worksheets to do. Hands up for that, please. Only 2 go up. The show of hands for the play auditions is a lot more popular. We go to the hall and Marcus is still clutching his bag. Everyone who is there is divided into groups and given a different coloured sticker. I'm in the red group with some of my class and Derek, which is nice. Miss Gravel is being strict and stops all the chatter with a fierce stare. She then tells us good luck and everyone. And remember, there's plenty of parts to go around. Thank you for coming. Now I'll hand over to Miss Nat. Miss Nat calls the red group up first. That's us. I feel a bit nervous because everyone is still watching us, including Miss Gravel. Miss Nat wants us to warm up and shake ourselves out. Norman has already started. Miss Nat stops to ask Marcus to put his bag down as he's still holding it. Reluctantly, he hides behind the curtain on stage. Now, imagine the giant is coming toward you and chasing everyone. What are you gonna go? Turn and face the giant. You put yourself in that situation. I want to show us what you're feeling. So we do. It's chaos. No! Help! Save me! Julia Morton is screaming, "Save me from the giant!" Everyone is running in different directions, waving their arms around and bumping into each other. Brad Galloway is just shouting as loudly as they can. Ah! I join in yelling things like, "The giant is coming! It's going to eat us!" Miss Nat looks a bit alarmed and tries to calm us all down, but some kids can't hear over the shouting. Everyone hears Miss Gravel though. "That's enough! Sit down, please!" "Whoa, super strict," Derek whispers. "That's nothing," I say. Now we're quiet. Miss Nat takes over again. "Thank you, Miss Gravel. That was very energetic acting. Let's do a little calmer this time. Imagine you're an animal of some kind and slowly move around in the hall as that animal." She tells us all. I have a think about what I want to be and settle on an elephant. Mostly because it's quite easy to use my arm as a trunk. I walk around trying to work out what everyone else is pretending to be. I think Amy's a fish of some kind. Mark Clump is a snake slithering on the floor. Solid says he's an owl with owl eyes. Tweet-too! Brad Galloway is a dog. Of course he is. I have no idea what Marcus is, but he's moving. A lot. Miss Nat congratulates us all. We saw some very impressive animals. Put on red group. Sit down now, please. And let's all watch the blue group. Marcus is taking his bag back when I ask him what animal he was pretending to be. Wasn't it obvious? He says. Not really, I tell him. I was an octopus, of course, but I'll make a much better giant if I get the chance, he says. Miss Nat is handing out lists of the parts this afternoon, so we'll find out then. While the blue group are still doing their thing, I dumbly ask if Marcus is going to the festival. Of course I am. Aren't you? He says. Hopefully, I say, as it's better than no. I asked a few more of my classmates if they're going, and mostly they all say yes. It feels like nearly the whole of Class 5F have tickets for Coachella, apart from Julia Morton, Paul Jolly, and Amber Tully-Jones. Derek keeps trying to stop me from thinking about the festival, so at break time he brings out his chalk. Come on, Tom, let's play What Monster again. If we could find any space, we would. Instead, we draw around some other things in the school grounds. We make some excellent chalk bugs and monsters, if I do say so myself. I find a nice bit of wall and draw a big snake on it before anyone else does. I give it a sausage roll to eat, which Derek thinks it's funny. Marcus might not agree. Marcus is still holding onto his bag when we bump into him heading back to class. Are you going to the festival, Derek? He wants to know. Yup, I am, Derek says. I know you're probably not, Tom, Marcus adds. Thanks for reminding me. I lean back to my seat and Marcus starts talking about the sausage roll again, as if we wanted to know. I'm saving it for lunch. It's safely in my bag this time. What's so good about the sausage roll? When Miss Gravel isn't looking, I'll show you, he tells her. It's not long before Miss Gravel walks to the back of the classroom, so Marcus gets out his lunchbox and hides it behind his bag. It's the most delicious snack ever! See? He says, taking the lid off. We both peer inside. Shall I tell him, or do you want to? Amy says. You can, I sigh, because Marcus is not going to be happy at all. It's gone! How? Who? Where? What? Are you sure you brought one? Amy asks him. Miss Gravel! Miss Gravel! Marcus is shouting for Miss Gravel, who comes over. Calm down, Marcus, she tells him, so he kind of does. Miss Gravel, I had a sausage roll in here and it's gone. Someone has stolen it. Why are you eating your lunch now in class? Miss Gravel demands. I was just telling Amy and Tom how delicious it is. Or was. Marcus tries to explain. Then Miss Gravel asks us, do you two know where it went? Like we're suspects. No, Miss Gravel, we both say. Then she asks the whole class. Marcus seems to have lost the sausage roll. Does anyone know anything about it? No one says a word. Marcus is not very happy. For the rest of the lesson, he keeps looking at me and Amy in a slightly suspicious way. We didn't take it, Marcus, I tell him again. So you say, he replies, like he doesn't believe me. By lunchtime, there's a lot of different rumours flying around school about the missing sausage roll. Mark Lump isn't helping by telling more wild animal stories, and neither is the snake doodle I drew on the wall. I was only making it up, but some kids think it's what really happened. Whoa! Oh my! Marcus is suspicious of everyone now and keeps asking questions like he's a detective. Where were you at exactly 10:30 a.m? Huh? The only good thing about all this stuff going on is I'm not thinking about the music festival as much. Just a little. Now that all the tickets are sold, my only chance is going is winning the free ticket draw that Dad said he entered. I'm putting on a brave face, and Derek is doing a good job in making me laugh. Tom, do you know how to make a sausage roll? I don't know. Push it down a hill. Nice one. I'm hoping that after lunch, Marcus will be in a better mood, although he still looks a little bit cross. Do you want to hear a joke? Not really. I tell him Derek's sausage roll joke, and he's trying not to laugh. I can tell. Miss Gravel announces she has the lift of who playing in the school play. Please let me be the giant. Please let me be the giant. Please let me be the giant. Marcus mumbles over and over again. If you get a main part, there's quite a lot of rehearsing to do. So to rather avoid that, I wouldn't even mind being a tree again. Miss Gravel wants us all to be quiet before she hands out the class list. Norman does a bit of chair scraping. Whoops. So she keeps us waiting even longer. There's a lot of shushing going on from the class until finally, silence. She hands out the forms, and from the look on Marcus' face, I'm guessing he didn't get the giant. What? There's a list pinned on the school notice board as well. It's here. Stage help is needed. Play auditions. Small cabbages welcome. Jack and the Beanstalk. School play. Jack. Tracy, 5N. Giant. Solid, 5F. Mother. Lucy, 5N. Cow. Front. Norman, 5F. Back. Derek, 5S. Monster. Tom, 5F. Farmer. John, 4P. Farmer. Amy, 5F. Farmer. Harry, 4B. Farmer. Cheryl, 5S. Beanstalk. Marcus, 5F. And everyone else in the red group. Villagers. Blue group. Market storeholders. Yellow group. Farmer, says Amy. I'm a monster? I say, Beanstalk. Marcus says, I had no idea there was a monster in Jack and the Beanstalk. Miss Gravel explains that it's going to be popping up in different scenes so the audience can spot me and shout, it's the monster! I'm sure it'll be fine, Tom. If I was doing the play, it might be different, but I'm not going to be here much longer, she adds in a slightly disapproving way. Amy seems happy about being a farmer, unlike Marcus, who's not happy at all. A beanstalk? I don't look like a beanstalk, do I? Not yet, but we did make a lot of leaves, so you will soon, I tell him. Derek and Norman are two halves of the cow. Norman is already keen to have a practice. As soon as the bell goes for home, we push in our chairs in silence. Norman finds Derek so they can try out some car moves walking home. If this is anything to go by, I think Jack and the Beanstalk is going to be very funny. On the back of our forms, there's for more information about what costumes we need to wear. Mine just says monster. Wear something that looks like a monster, which is not very helpful. But I have a few ideas. Norman and Derek have done cow walking all the way to the shop, where we stopped to read the newspaper sign. Oakfield Gazette. No more tickets left at all for Oakchella. Last free ticket drawn. Done. Good job, I've already got my ticket already, Norman says. Yeah, isn't it? I sigh. When I get home, I go straight to see Dad, who's in his shed, working. I want to ask him if we've won the tickets and tell him what part I've got in the school play. Also, he might have wafers. I burst through the doors and surprise him. Dad, guess what? I'm a monster! I shout, which makes him spin round his chair. Yes, you are, Tom. Definitely a monster. No, Dad. I'm a monster in the play. That's my part. Did we win the last festival tickets, I want to know? No news yet. And isn't the play Jack and the Beanstalk? It is. I show Dad the school play form, which explains more. Ah, so you're a funny monster that randomly appears in different scenes. Exactly. And I have to make a costume too. Something like this. I show him my monster doodle. Let's make it now. I have time. I've got some bright green card in here somewhere. Have you got wafers too? I ask hopefully. Go on, but just take one, Dad says and points to the tin that is not very well hidden. Making monsters is hungry work. With Dad's help, it doesn't take long to cut out the card and make a really good costume. You might need to wear some green trousers, Dad tells me when I try it on. I want to see what it looks like, so I go back into the house and bump into Delia. This is my school play monster costume, in case you're wondering. I tell her before she can say anything. Why bother? You don't need a costume, Tom, she says. So I ignore her and take a look in the hall mirror. I think it looks great. Then I take it off and go into the kitchen. Ah, it's horrible, Delia shouts, pretending to be scared of me. Ha, ha, very funny, I sigh. Are you looking forward to seeing the cousins this weekend? She asked me. I remember she's going to the festival this weekend, and I'm not. Yes, I am, actually. It's going to be fantastic. Auntie Alice and Uncle Kevin have got something really special planned for us. It's probably going to be better than the festival, I tell Delia, pretending to be more enthusiastic than I am. Well, I know where I'd rather be, Delia says. Me too. She just had to remind me. Miss Gravel's last day! The good news is that it's Miss Gravel's last day. You'd think she'd be happy. I know I am. But she looks furious. I'm sorry, class 5F. I've had a very difficult morning running around looking for my missing doll. Bandit! I shout because I know his name. That's right, Tom. Bandit. Did you find him, Miss Gravel? Amy asked. I did. He was trying to escape into the neighbour's garden and got stuck. Poor Bandit, I say. He's fine, Miss Gravel tells us. As I've locked my monster costume into school today, I'm hoping to leave it here. I don't want to have to take it back home as well. Miss Gravel spots my costume and suggests I put it somewhere safe. We don't want anything to happen to it in class, Tom. If you go quickly, Miss Snap is in the hall right now. No dawdling, though. Yes, Miss Gravel, I say. Marcus even says he likes my costume. Being a monster suits you, Tom. Sort of. It's a chance to get out of lessons, so I'm keen to go fast. I wear the monster costume all the way down the hall and surprising some little kids on the way. Boo! Miss Nap sees me and she jumps as well. You gave me a scare, Tom, but I love the monster costume. Then she adds, I think this is going to be a wonderful addition to the Jack and the Beanstalk. Well done. Which is nice to hear. Mrs. Nap asked me to put my costume with all the other ones on the stage, behind the curtain. I can see all kinds of interesting looking props as well. I look for a safe place to put it and settle for resting it against a chair so it doesn't fall down. I resist the chance to try on any of the props or silly hats. Miss Gravel told me just came straight back. Almost. Miss Nap catches me messing around and tells me to go back to class. Miss Gravel has booked the class for the afternoon, she says, which doesn't sound something like Miss Gravel would do. It's her last day. Oh, I think she might be planning something fun for the whole class. Miss Nap tells me. I'm not so sure. I think that. I don't say it aloud. As most of us are having school dinners today, there's no more missing food drama, which is good. Though Marcus did spot the snake I drew on the wall. A snake didn't eat my sausage roll, Tom. He wants me to know. It was kind of a joke, Marcus, I say. There's a lot of chat about who's going to Oakchella, which I just want to hear. I've read there's a fun fair and lots of other things for kids to do. Florence tells me. Oh, great, I sigh. There'll probably be ice cream and candy floss too, Norman joins in. Tom's not going. Are you, Tom? Marcus reminds everyone. No, Marcus, I'm not. Lots of kids aren't going. Anyway, I'll be at my cousin's and we're doing something amazing, I tell him, which is a mistake. Like what? He asks. I'm not sure. It's a surprise, I say. Derek helps me out. The festival might even not be good. We don't know yet. Amy agrees. I've heard it's going to rain too, so it will be muddy. I can tell they're both trying to make me feel better. So I say, I'm sure you'll all have a fantastic time. I know I will, Marcus shouts. Then he dances around when he really doesn't have to. Back in class, it turns out that Miss Gravel actually has planned for us to play games in the hall this afternoon. Whoa, which is unexpected. Caretaker Stan is in there working on the stage lights, turning them off and on and on and off quite a lot. I won't be long, he tells Miss Gravel as we file into the hall. That's okay, Stan. Please carry on, she tells him, then stands on the stage to make an announcement. You've all worked exceptionally hard this week, so I thought you'd enjoy letting off a bit of steam. I have to ask Amy what that means. Having fun, relaxing, she whispers. Oh, I say. Is that not something you expect to hear from Miss Gravel? I know some of you thought I was a bit strict. I just like to get things done quickly and quietly. So well done, everyone. You see, I'm not scary at all. Which would have been easier to believe if Caretaker Stan hadn't turned on some bright lights that make everyone gasp. Huh? Uh-oh, I recognise that monster. I keep quiet. Is everything okay, Class 5S? Miss Gravel asked us. There's something behind you, Brad Galloway tells us. Miss Gravel looks extra fierce until Stan turns the light off, which is a big relief for me. At least I know that my costume kind of works, though. Festival day. Oakchella! Last night, Mum was grumbling about having to do her work on the weekend. She even said, it's a shame we didn't get tickets for the festival, isn't it? Which was annoying. Oh, Mum! Dad told her they didn't have to go to the work do. As the kids are both out, we could always do something else. We could go to the garden centre, Mum suggested, which sounds terrible. I'm glad I'm going to the cousins. Even though it's raining this morning, Delia is keen to get out the door. I'm off, she shouts, before Mum and Dad can ask any more questions about the festival. I'm ready too. All my essentials are packed. Sock puppet. Useful for annoying the cousins. Notebook. Pens. My painted rock collection. Toothbrush so I don't end up like Grandpa. No teeth. 1 pair of socks. Snacks. Pyjamas. I bring my bag downstairs and I can hear Mum on the phone. I can tell it's someone from work as she has her work voice on. Mum's coughing a lot and sounds a bit ill. Then she puts the phone down and comes to see me. Morning, Tom. Have you got everything ready? Mum asks, not coughing at all. Yes, when are we leaving? I want to know. Soon. I've just got to find the tent. Are you camping? For work? You do not like camping at all, I say, which is true. We might be doing something else now, Mum tells me. Okay, I say. Then Dad comes down and starts putting things in the car. Are you all set, Tom? He asks, taking my bag. What have you got here? It feels heavy. Only important things I need, I tell him, as we have cooked breakfast. Are you looking forward to camping? I ask suspiciously. Before he can answer, Mum asks us, shall we get going then? Like she's forgotten all about being so grumpy. In the car, Dad keeps saying he hopes it stops raining. I sigh, looking at the clouds. Me too. We pull up at the cousin's house and weirdly, everyone is outside waiting for us. Auntie Alice and the cousins are waving while Uncle Kevin is telling us where to park. Are we late? Mum wonders. I don't think so, Dad replies. Crikey, Frank. Is that old rust bucket still going? Glad you made it, is the first thing Uncle Kevin says. Great to see you too, Dad says, and gets out of the car. Thanks for having Tom, Mum says. I jump out of the car and try to drag my bag in. Are you here for the week, Tom? That looks heavy, Uncle Kevin says. Just essentials, I say. We get out of the rain and go inside. I notice everyone has weddy boots and Uncle Kevin is looking very colourful. Nice shirt, Kevin, Dad tells him. Where are you off to then? Mum wonders. We have a surprise for you, Tom, Auntie Alice says, which sounds interesting. Are we going to Chocolate World? I ask her, as I've always wanted to go there. I'm afraid not. Hopefully you think this is better than that. I'm trying not to look disappointed. Where are you guys off to this weekend? Alice mentioned something to do with work. Uncle Kevin asked Mum and Dad. We had a small change of plans, Mum says. It's great Tom can spend time with you, Dad says. I'm still waiting to hear what the surprise is. Well, I don't think Tom will be disappointed, Uncle Kevin says. I might be. Because of my connections, I've managed to get us 5 tickets to Oakchella Festival with special VIP access too. Are you excited, Tom? Auntie asked me. Yes, I am. Oh, really? That's great, Mum and Dad say, but not in a very enthusiastic way. Won't Tom need boots and stuff? Mum wants to know. We can lend him everything he needs, even a waterproof coat. Auntie Alice assures Mum. Great! I don't have to wear a bin liner again, I chip in, remembering all the times I've done that. Why on earth would you wear a bin liner, Tom? Uncle Kevin asked me. Bin liners can be very useful in an emergency, Dad tells him. I'm so happy to be going. I high-five the cousins. Mum and Dad tell me to be good and have a great time and that they'll pick me up late tomorrow. The best part of these tickets is that they give us a pass for both days, so we're coming at home to sleep in our nice warm beds. No campy then? Lucky you, Mum sighs. Camping is all part of the festival experience, Dad says. Not for us, it's not. It's such a shame you're not coming. It would just be so great for us to all be there. Together, Uncle Kevin says. We'll be with you in your spirit, Dad tells him. Yes, closer than you think, Mum adds. This is better than Chocolate World, I say, then wave bye to Mum as they head off. Can't believe that. What are we going to do? Go, but keep out of the way. Hide? Yes, they mutter while they're driving back. I'm going to Oakchella Festival, after all. Yippee! When we get to Oakchella, we have to all wear special wristbands, and I have my very own VIP pass to wear around my neck. Uncle Kevin is very pleased our passes get us into the right places. And Florence was right. There are loads to other things to do as well. In our special section, we have a brilliant view of the stage, and there's a place where you can go and help yourself to food. It's useful when there's a band on we don't like. The cousins and I go to look at the festival and bump into a bunch of my friends, who are very pleased to see me, and surprised. As I said, I wasn't coming. Delilah's not so pleased. I've never seen her dance like that before. If Mum and Dad were here too, they'd love it too. I can't wait to tell them all about it. I'm keeping my wristband on so everyone can see I went to the festival. Mr. Fullerman's back and we're all so happy to see him. Hello, Class 5F. How was Miss Gravel? Did you have a good time? Silence. There was a little bit of mumbling around the class. Yeah, it was okay, I'm not so sure. She was quite strict, sir, I tell him. She did let us play games on the last day, though, Amy adds, which is true. It sounds like you didn't have a bad week to me, Mr. Fullerman tells us. Straight away, Marcus lets Mr. Fullerman know about his missing sausage rolls. And Mark Plum puts his hand up and says he thinks it's an animal of some kind stealing food. It's a snake! Brad Galloway shouts out. Really? I've missed so much. It sounds very exciting. And like you'll all be glad to get being back to do some work. We all groan a little. It does feel like things are back to normal now that Mr. Fullerman's here. He even lets us chat about the festival. It's brilliant that I can actually join in and show off my wristband. Marcus just wants to talk about his packed lunch. Today, I've got a Cornish pastry, and it's delicious, he says, licking his lips. Do you think we'll still be there at lunchtime? I ask. Yes, Tom. Now Mr. Fullerman's back, I don't think anyone will steal my food, Marcus says confidently. P.S. A Cornish pastry is like a pie shaped of an oval and is filled with veg and meat. When Mr. Fullerman asked for volunteers to take some files down to the school office, everyone's keen to help. My hand shoots up first, so he picks me and Amy. Don't be long, he tells us. Yes, sir. We're walking down to the office when Amy notices a line of crumbs on the floor. They go all the way down the hall and stop right outside the stockroom door, which is slightly open. Amy and I look at each other. Shall we go in and see what it is? I say. Amy isn't sure. We're not allowed in the stockroom. We could get in trouble, she tells me. I know, but there's something in there. We should see what it is. What if it's a snake? Amy asks. It won't be, I say, but I hadn't thought of that. Let's just take a quick look anyway. We're just about to open the door when caretaker Stan gives us a shock. Where do you think you two are going? He wants to know. There's something in the stockroom, I try and explain. Look, the door's open. Listen, Amy says. We can hear popping noises. Okay, you two stay here, and I'll take a look. We wait outside as caretaker Stan opens the door. And inside, it's... Well, guys, I'm going to leave it there. Kidding. It's Bandit! He's sitting on a piece of bubble wrap and eating what looks like Marcus's Cornish pastry. That's Miss Gravel's dog, I tell caretaker Stan. Well, she'll have to come and pick him up. Cheeky dog. I wonder if he's the one who's been stealing all of the food, he asks. Maybe that's why he's called Bandit, Amy says. I hadn't thought of that. We stay and play with Bandit while caretaker Stan goes to the school office with our files and to call Miss Gravel. We're a bit late getting back to class, but we have a very good excuse. We don't see Bandit again until the school play. Miss Gravel brings him to watch us. She's like a different person when she's not being our teacher. Very smiley, and she doesn't seem strict at all. Bandit is very well behaved and sits quietly on Miss Gravel's lap for the whole play. Hello, everyone! Being a monster in the play is the best part, as I don't have to learn any lines, and everyone laughs and enjoys it when I come on stage. I think my monster costume has worked out really well. Derek and Norman are a big hit as the cow too. And Marcus, monster, makes an excellent beanstalk. There are so many reasons to get the paper today. Oakfield Gazette. Oakfield Festival, huge success. Full colour pull-out section with photos inside. Angry squirrel, not angry anymore. Pictures inside. Delia's bought the paper today, which is handy. I'm taking a good look of the photos of the festival before she catches me and trying to see if I could spot myself in the big photo. You can see Delia, Marcus. There's me! And the cousins! I even spot Mr. Fullerman. I find Santa Claus, an alien, a snake, a panda, a cat. There's so much to see. Hang on a second. Is that... There are two people right at the top that look a little bit like Mum and Dad. It can't be right. Can it? Well, guys, thanks for listening to What Monster? Both parts, if you watched them. Hit that subscribe button for more videos. And, yeah, leave a like if you enjoyed it. And I'll make the next part probably by the end of the day or tomorrow. Thanks.